Something shifted in the online course world over the last couple of years. Big names started closing their programs. People like Amy Porterfield, she shut down her digital course academy. Cochrane, he stopped selling his traditional courses. And actually, Pat Flynn, he was talking about this shift way back in 2024. So in 2025 and now 2026, more and more creators are saying the same thing, that online courses are dead, that self-paced programs, they just don't sell anymore. That model is completely broken. So what's actually happening? Is this really the end of online courses, or is the market just evolving? Let's talk about what's actually happening. So self-paced course completion rates, they're still averaging about 5 to 15%. And we know that AI can generate a course outline in a matter of minutes. So information is not really scarce anymore, right? Buyers, they're starting to become a little bit more skeptical, right? Those pandemic launch numbers, they were really inflated. And even course creators now are reporting that there's been slower launches since like 2023, right? When big names pivot, it kind of feels like the industry's collapsing, right? But really, a few business model shifts in this industry does not really equal a market death. To me, it just means that the market has and is evolving. I don't believe that courses are dead. But what's dying is the idea that you can sell information in isolation and expect people to succeed, right? People, they still do want structure, and they still want a roadmap, and they still want expert knowledge, but they don't want another lonely login, another video vault that they're never going to finish, another self-paced promise that leaves them stuck on module 3 with no one there to help. What they actually want is guidance. They want accountability. They want to work alongside of other people who are going through the same thing as them, right? And they want to move fast, not spend 6 months trying to figure it out all by themselves. We know that IA can give you all the information that you need, but AI, it can't give you the support and the feedback or even the momentum that you need to actually implement the ideas. That's the gap, and that's exactly what's changing in 2026. Hit the like button on this video if you agree that people aren't buying information anymore. They're buying the support that they need to actually implement what you teach in your course. So what does implementation with support actually look like? So people, they're actually investing in experiences where they're not alone. So things like a cohort-based program where everybody moves together through the content together. Things like live boot camps where they can show up and ask questions and get real-time feedback. And group coaching where they can have a direct access to the expert. And communities, they are growing like crazy right now because they are the best place for people to connect with other people who are working towards the same goals. And it's these hybrid models that combine self-paced learning with live support that are what people are buying right now. So why exactly is this shift happening? Well, people, they're tired of feeling really isolated in their learning. They're tired of buying course and just logging in once or twice and then never coming back to it because they don't know what they're doing and they don't know if they're doing it right. And they're tired of getting stuck on, step 3 and having nobody to ask for help. People are just getting frustrated with that. People are now really craving that connection piece, right? They want to know that someone is there to guide them when they hit a roadblock. They want to see other people working through the same challenges so they don't feel like they're the only ones struggling. And a lot of people, they want accountability so that they actually follow through instead of letting, the program just collect dust for them, right? So when you're working through something alone, it's so easy to just completely quit. But when you're working through it with other people, you tend to keep going because you see someone else ask the question that you were kind of too afraid to ask, or you see someone else celebrate the win and it reminds you that progress is possible. And you kind of feel seen and you feel really supported, and that really changes everything. A self-paced course is really just information delivery, right? But a community-based model, it's an implementation environment. And that's a completely different experience. And that's what people are really craving right now. The community, it provides a place for real-time feedback so that you're not guessing if you're on the right track. right? It provides that accountability so you actually show up and do the work. It provides shared progress so you can see how other people are moving forward alongside of you. It provides faster execution because you're not stuck wondering what to do next. And it really provides that higher perceived value because people feel supported throughout their entire journey. You're right there with them, right? Now, you don't have to abandon your course. You just need to stop delivering it in isolation. When someone buys a course by itself, they're buying the information and hoping they can figure out how to use it. But when they join a community where your course is embedded, they're going to get the information plus the support to actually implement it. And that's what makes people successful and, of course, makes your business successful too. So if the market is moving towards community, your platform has to be able to support that. In Kajabi, they've been actually building for this exact shift. They have built a strong community structure designed to keep your members engaged and connected with each other. And of course, your course content. Kajabi, they allow you to host your cohort groups so that you can move members through content together at the exact same pace. And you can host your live calls and your workshops right inside of your course or your community area. You can even link your course materials directly inside the community space so that everything lives in one centralized ecosystem. So Kajabi, they didn't miss the trend, right? They actually knew this was coming and they have built for it. Okay, let me be super direct with you. If you're still planning to sell a standalone, hands-off course with no interaction, you need to pivot now, not later, now, because that's the model that is struggling and waiting is not going to make it easier. You need to start thinking about a community. How are you going to build connection in your offer? How are you going to support people through implementation and not just give them access to information? When you build structured guidance into your offer, your value increases. Your completion rates increase. Your testimonials, they get better, right? And your business becomes more sustainable. And that's where you want to be in 2026. Okay, so if you're sitting here thinking, okay, I understand why a community matters, but I have no idea how to set things up in Kajabi. I want to invite you to come and build it alongside of me. You don't have to do it alone. So Malva and I, we just opened our doors to our next Kajabi Build Bootcamp. And this one is specifically for helping you build your community product in Kajabi. So you can launch it knowing that it's set up the right way. So how our bootcamp works is, first, I'm going to send you some prep materials. Now, there's not a lot that you need to do beforehand, but there are a few things that will make the build go so much smoother. So I'll tell you exactly what those are so you're ready when we meet live, right? So we are going to meet live as a group for 90 minutes, and during that time, we're going to build your community backend together. I'm going to show you exactly where to click, what to set up, and how to structure everything so your members will know exactly where to go. And you're going to implement it in real time while I'm there to guide you. So there's no guessing and there's no getting stuck and not knowing what to do next. Okay, and then we're going to meet for a second 90-minute live session. And in that session, we're going to build your members resource page using a landing page template that you'll get from us. And I'm going to show you how to set up an offer so you can get people into your community. And I'm going to show you how to connect an email sequence so people will get a nice warm welcome from you when they join. So I'll also be sharing insider tips and tricks that Malva and I have learned from building all of our client communities. So all that will be weaved in and out. So within 2 weeks-ish, your community will be able to go live, right? It's going to be ready enough for you to invite people in and start engaging with them. So if you want to build your Kajabi community the right way and you want to do it alongside of me, so you're not trying to figure it out alone, then come join us inside the Kajabi Community Build Bootcamp. And if you're watching this later and the bootcamp enrollment is closed, then we hope that you will come and see us inside of our free Unstuck Me Club. And that's where we continue helping creators build smarter, community-driven businesses inside of Kajabi. All of those links, of course, are in the description. Now, if you want to take a quick peek into the back end of a Kajabi community, check out this next video on your screen where I show you inside of our Unstuck Me Club and show you all of the settings that we have going on in there. So I'll see you over there.